Back in 2009, Rovio came out with a legendary game by the name of Angry Birds. As time went on, it kind of faded from relevance, but it held pretty near and dear to a lot of people's hearts for a good amount of time. People today will still recognize it, but it's not nearly as popular as it once was. But Angry Birds just loves to capitalize on their game. They've made several spin-offs. This game had so much popularity that it was ported onto a lot of consoles too, so it was all around the stratosphere. But today I want to talk about the one they just came out with, Angry Birds 2. Now, this game has been around for a little bit of time too, but today I just want to compare the differences in the game nowadays versus the first version of the game. The first thing I want to talk about is the level design. Now, in the first game, every level was going to be the same one, alright? Same exact structure, same exact materials, you know the works, right? And your main goal was to get rid of all the pigs and knock everything down, collect as many points as you need to get 3 stars. The new game is sort of like that as well, but instead of having a solid level each time, if you lose a level, it will regenerate as a whole new level. It'll have a similar schematic, but it might use different materials or just different build techniques. So I found that really helpful for like levels that I was struggling on where it would switch it up because some levels were just impossible with the structures that were being generated. I think they do this though because of the next thing I want to talk about. Now in the new Angry Birds, they have a live system, right? You get 5 lives, 5 tries essentially, before you have to either wait for more to come or buy more. So this is where they get you nowadays. They're trying to go for a more microtransaction approach, which is, I mean, smart. If you're going to capitalize off your game, you gotta, right? But at the same time, I think the original was just better because it didn't have lives. You could try the level as many times as you wanted to. It didn't matter. However, one thing I do appreciate about the new game is... Now, getting a 3-star in the original game is impossible for some levels. I can't figure it out for the life of me. Most levels it's alright and it's kind of fun, but for some levels it's infuriating that I just can't get that 3rd star. But in the new Angry Birds, this feeds right into my ego. I've never even gotten a 2-star in my life playing a level. I think it's an automatic 3-star, but don't quote me on that. But it just reassures me that, yep, I can play mobile games. And since I'm a completionist at heart, I really have to get the 3-star on every level, otherwise it's not a complete level to me. So on the original Angry Birds, it's infuriating when I get stuck at a level 8 because I can't get the 3rd star when level 9 through 30 are going to be a breeze. It's just one of those things that they did end up balancing out, but maybe overbalancing? I don't know. You be the judge of that. A new feature that was never in the old game though. They added skins, which is interesting because it shows me that they're really trying to make money off of this. Some of these skins are really nice looking, but would I pay real life money for it? Probably not. I can't see myself doing that. It's just Angry Birds, right? At the end of the day, I'm just trying to knock down some piggies with some red, blue, and yellow birds, alright? And now we all know the main characters of the game. There's the red one, doesn't do much. The blue one splits into 3. The yellow one goes super fast. The black one's a bomb. The white one lays an egg even though you're trying to save eggs for some reason. The green one has a boomerang effect. There's also the orange one that puffs up really big whenever it lands and then kind of does its own little balloon flying away thing. You know what I'm talking about. And the big red one, well, he's just a tank. He's like a cannonball. And then there's the pink one. She forms bubbles around her surroundings and just starts floating them upwards. I don't even know how to explain it. It's very wild if you see it, but that's all there was for the first game, that I can remember at least. Oh, actually the Mighty Eagle too. Yep, the Mighty Eagle. Don't forget about him. And with the new game, we have 2 new characters, one actually being a bird, and the other I'll tell you in a second. But the first one is a gray bird who's basically like a diver. Like, the second you hit the screen, she just does a kamikaze dive right into the pavement to explode the nearby surroundings, right? It's not much of a bomb effect, but it does have a little knockback. And the second character was actually a pig. Now, this didn't really make sense to me at first because I figured, well, like, I don't know, is this guy a spy? Is this guy a turncoat? Did he leave his friends behind and now he's got a vendetta against them? I didn't know. Basically, he's like this OP character though, where once you launch him, you can figure out what direction he's pointing and launch up to 3 slime balls that will propel him each time. This guy can pretty much stay airborne for his whole life, alright? It's insane what this guy can do. So those are the new characters. Other than that, my final ranking, I'd like to say that Angry Birds 2 is a better game. It is definitely put together better. The assets definitely look a lot nicer. It's polished. It looks beautiful. I gotta give it that. But at the end of the day, I'm just not a fan of the live system. I can't do it. I'm not trying to play Candy Crush here, alright? I'm trying to play Angry Birds. These birds are supposed to be pissed off, not monetized. But I do recommend you try out both and come up with your own decision, you know? Don't take my word for it. I might be bad at video game reviews. Who knows? Other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate that. Have a good day.